Hi, Tina Davidoff with Keller Williams, and today I'm going to talk about staging a home for market. I have a brand new listing in far north Dallas that was vacant, and I'm going to show you some pictures of the vacant house first, and then I'm going to take you inside and give you a tour. So here we are, walking up to the front of the house. This home was listed on Thursday. Today we're having an open house, and so far we've probably had about 15 people come through, go in the front door. Prior to listing the home, we did have the front door painted. Before, it was peeling and really in terrible condition. Here's the dining room. We did have the house completely repainted prior to putting it on the market. We used a color called Shark, which I understand is like the color these days. So as you walk into the home, dining room's to the right, and here's the kitchen. So the stager didn't have to do too much in here. It was already in really good condition. She did put in some plants so that it kind of draws your eye outside. And then we go into the breakfast room. The breakfast room really helps lend a lot of space, and people feel comfortable with it. We have built-ins in this house which make it really nice. Simple table that the stager put in, and then she also staged our patio, which really, the landscaping is a little bare this time of the year, so she went ahead and staged it with chairs, a couple of colorful pillows, so that people would look outside and realize the space that you do have available. The next room, and we did stage the entire home, even down to this little nook right here. She put a little plant in, pretty simple. Back here we have the master bedroom. She put in the table, did a little throw, made it look comfy and warm. Master bath, not a whole lot of staging to do back here, but she did kind of just add a little bit of color, even staged where the linen closet is, where the toilet is, put out some towels. These kind of things make people understand what the home can be used for. They can see themselves living here. And walk this way, this is the living room. So this house, like I said, it was completely empty. We lifted up the blinds to bring as much light into the house as possible. Added some books, some lamps, a little bit of everything. And in this room over here, it was really important to stage this room. This is a second living space, and with everything happening in the market right now, in the world right now, not the market, people need space for working out, or for homeschooling, and this is just a perfect location for that. Can be used for all of those things. She did a little bit of staging in this bathroom. Bathroom like this doesn't typically need much, but just something to give it a little homey feel. These following two bedrooms we left vacant. So you've seen the house, and now I want to give you an update of what happened after the open house. The open house had probably about 15 different groups of people come through. Several of them came through with their agent, and of the people that came through, 3 of the agents that brought people actually wrote an offer on the property. Total, we had 4 offers by Sunday, which is when we cut it off, about 3 days after going active, and every offer was over the asking price. And I have to believe this had a lot to do with the staging, the prepping of the house before it went on the market. Preparing a home to go on the market is really of utmost importance, no matter what the market is, whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. You're going to get the most money right out of the gate if the house is properly prepared. I actually had a handyman go through and check all the light bulbs, replace anything that needed to be replaced. We did a little bit of painting underneath some cabinets where we had actually found some wood that was damaged that we had repaired and painted. Had a housekeeper go through, clean the property well, had a window washer come and wash the windows inside and out. I also went through and did some more fine tuning on the cleaning of things that they had missed. We had the property painted inside, neutralized with just plain neutral paint. I mentioned that in the video. And then we were ready to go on the market. I picked up some pumpkins, put a plant out front, just made sure everything was clean and ready to go. This is really important. Day one on the market is when you're going to get the most money. You want to price your property right, and the only way you can do that is really by having an agent help you with the comps, things that have sold in the neighborhood, and comparing apples to apples. So if the house next door sold, which in this case had sold, I went and looked at the pictures, looked to see what kind of condition the house was in, and priced our property accordingly. If their house is upgraded considerably more than your property is upgraded, you're not going to get the same amount of money. Likewise, if a house is in much worse condition, you can get more money for your property than that house got. And the only way to do that is by finding someone, preferably an agent, that can go through and look at all the houses that have been on the market and then doing a price comparison analysis. It's something we do every day for our buyers and our sellers. When I called my seller to tell them that I had gotten 4 contracts and they were all over asking, their first response was, well, that more than paid for the staging. In this case, the seller paid $2,000 for 30 days worth of staging. The stagers came in, they did everything they needed to do. They were in and out, they were very professional, and I was extremely pleased, and so was my seller. And I know that we would not have gotten the amount of money we did over asking without having proper staging. It just let the buyers know, this is what I can use this room for. And it really defined the spaces. And to me, that's what a stager will do. If you have a house that's full of furniture, a stager can come in and they can tell you, you know what, you need to get rid of this piece of furniture or that piece of furniture. Maybe you're going to keep them and put them in storage. Maybe they're just going to go in the garage, but it'll help open up the spaces. A fresh pair of eyes is always a good thing when you're putting your house on the market. I don't know about you, but sometimes I've gone on vacation and I come back into my house and I walk in and I see things that I maybe hadn't seen before. And that's just because you're getting a fresh pair of eyes on what was already there. Maybe you hadn't noticed something that all of a sudden jumped out at you. And I think that's the beauty of having a stager come in. They're professional. They're not taking it personally. You need to not take it personally. Maybe you love your huge collection of teacups or teapots, but the next buyer might find that that's really just distracting. So when you get ready to put your house on the market, go ahead and pack it up. Pack it up for safekeeping, get it ready to be moved, and then that's less you have to do when your house does finally sell. I always tell my people, when you put your house on the market, begin to already move yourself out of that house. Depersonalize it. Pack things away to open up the spaces so the person walking through the door, they can picture their own collections in the house without yours being a distraction. It's really not that difficult of a job to do if you do it bit by bit. And just be prepared to get your house sold because you're moving. And don't take it personally anymore. Go ahead, get your house packed up and be ready. And if you need a stager, I have several stagers that I've used in the past and would be happy to share that information with you. They work on all price points, so you don't have to necessarily spend a ton of money to get it done. Maybe they just walk through and they rearrange what you already have. Putting your house on the market can be stressful, and my job is to try and make that a little bit easier. My name is Tina Davidoff. I've got the recipe for real estate, and I hope that I can share that recipe with you. Have a great day.